Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Art of Digital Networking. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about LinkedIn and how you can use LinkedIn to build your digital network. LinkedIn is definitely one of my favorite social media tools. I got to tell you, I've had so many serendipitous experiences through LinkedIn, and serendipitous meaning random, but I've also had some very fruitful, targeted experiences through LinkedIn. For example, when I first started using LinkedIn, when I was going to college and I was at UNLV, I'd have people connect with me and start random conversations. And remember that Spidey trick I told you, where you always take one meeting, so you can be open to the opportunities that come to your way. One of the random opportunities that came my way was this manufacturer from China who was visiting Las Vegas during CES, and he was looking for some folks to show him around town. And I was maybe 17 when he had messaged me, and it's too good to be true almost, because we actually met for dinner. He hired me to be a brand ambassador for one of his tech companies, and it was a pretty cool experience, just being open to the serendipitous stuff that can happen through LinkedIn. When I moved to Malta, I pretty much knew nobody there, and I needed to figure out a way to get a job. I started messaging other marketers inside of LinkedIn that lived in Malta, and I let them know I was from Vegas and I was moving into Malta. And it actually worked, and I landed not one but like two agency gigs from that, and then multiple other clients, and started building my network in Malta through LinkedIn. And that was a much more targeted approach. Now, my wife and I, we use LinkedIn as a way to build our business. Another way I use LinkedIn is at Homey to help with customer discovery. And, LinkedIn is just an overall powerful tool. And so let me show you just a couple real simple tricks that you should be using for LinkedIn. So first, I'm going to show you this short checklist for you. So simple checklist. If you're new to LinkedIn, then I recommend that you go through and fill all of this out. Make sure you've got a professional profile picture, a cover photo that tells a story that builds trust. So that could be a local cover photo, or it could be a cover photo with you on stage or featuring your books or something like that. An optimal one-liner. I'll explain that in a second. Description, job history, etc. Let's just dive in. Let's go into LinkedIn. All right, I gotta share my screen again. Bear with me. Perfect. And here we are. We are on LinkedIn. And so this is my LinkedIn profile, professional photo, downtown Las Vegas cover photo, right? So just being local. When I moved to Malta, it was a background photo of Slima, one of the cities over there. And that just lets people know in a glance, oh, this guy is local to my town, all right? One-liner, this is what I decided to use to let people know I'm a marketer at homey.com. I'm a podcaster. This is my mission, building the future with tech. More optimal one-liners would be something like, I do X for Y to help achieve Z using B, right? There's a couple different ways to break that down, but it could simply be, I specialize in helping real estate agents generate leads. You want to have more magic than that. You want to be more unique than that compared to what other folks are doing. If you look at what other folks are doing, they're most of the time they're just showing their position, which is cool. But I think what is really exciting with this one-liner is that you go ahead and you demonstrate like what your secret sauce is for what you can achieve, what you can help people achieve, right? So the host of the Brutal Truth About Sales and the Sales Leadership Show, that's cool. All right. Office One helps customers with imaging systems like copiers, printers, scanners. This is getting closer, but it's too long. Okay, so that's cool. But again, you want to show what you can do for folks in an optimal one-liner when you're connecting with folks. Why is that important? Well, because when you are connecting with people, that's the first thing they're going to see. They're going to see your name, they're going to see your photo, whether it's professional or not. I wouldn't use cartoons or your business logo or nothing like that. Just use your photo. And they're gonna see what your one-liner is, okay? And based off that, they're gonna decide to ignore you or accept you. And so you want to make sure that your one-liner is thoughtful, it's provoking, okay? And then let's say they did accept your connection, right? Or maybe they wanted to look at your profile first. In either case, they're going to look at your profile, right? And so if they made the split decision based off your one-liner, oh, this is somebody I might want to know, they're either going to accept your connection or they're going to click on your profile. And when they click on your profile, you want to have this optimized as well. So again, that local cover photo says, hey, I'm local, or something that's authoritative says, hey, I'm an authority in my niche. The one-liner is going to show up again. And then a description. You want to put in a good description, something that shows a little bit about your experience, but also something that's personal. You don't want it to be all business. Give folks an opportunity to relate with you. And then you've got your activity. That's what's going to show up next. So make sure you have some activity. If you're new on LinkedIn, try making a couple posts, post an article, comment and like on other people's posts. And then your experience, okay? And on your experience, consider this again, a landing page. You want to leverage all of the different elements that you have access to. So for example, like you can put in your past job experiences and like what you help them do. Make sure you put it in the description. These are things that people are reading about. They're going to read when they come and visit your page. So you want to be thoughtful of what they're reading so that they know that you're an impactful person that they should network with. Okay. You have an opportunity to fill out your education. I would put that in there. Any licenses and certifications if you want, or if you have, volunteer experiences. And then cool. It looks like they've got, we got skills. Skills, obviously, not really something that's so incredible. In my opinion, I think they need work. You can see my top skills are, I rank them to be walking, chewing gum, and LinkedIn endorsements need work because they really do need work, because folks are just endorsing each other without knowing for sure, right? So, not a big deal. You can skip that. Recommendations, though. Recommendations are great. Definitely give folks recommendations. It's always great to receive recommendations. Perfect. Those are the main points. I would say, make sure you get that profile photo, that cover photo done well. Get that one-liner done really well. A description that showcases your expertise, but also makes you human. And then make sure that you're providing enough context in your work experience and your education and so on. And if you can, get some folks to recommend you and share the love with some recommendations. All right. Now, that is profile optimization on LinkedIn. Now, if you want to network on LinkedIn, well, you can use their really great search feature, and you can search for just about anything. Let's say, for example, I wanted to find CEOs for startups in Las Vegas. Let's see what we find when we type this in, and then we'll narrow it down to people. And, I could even narrow it down further to people in my network or people outside of my network, right? So let's see who's in my network. That's a CEO of a startup in Vegas, right? So great, couple folks in my network, I can message them, start a conversation, see if they want to hop on a call, just catch up. Or I could look up folks in my second layer network and reach out to them, attempt to connect. So if I want to connect with Pokin, for example, I would send a request, and then I could also add in a note and say, hey, Pokin, it's great to meet you. I'm networking with other CEOs of startups, and I love to talk to you. Now, of course, you want to have a better hook than that, but I am just spitballing for you right now. This is how you do it. So if you're doing it the very manual way, you would literally go one at a time, send each of these folks a connection request, drop in a note, and go on. All right, so that's a really great way to do it. Now, keep on jamming. If you are new to LinkedIn, go ahead and create it. You're going to want to make sure you get your profile to be all-star, fill out all the main things, and get to a point where you have at least 500 connections, all right? And then once you achieve that, come meet me in the next episode where I show you some advanced digital networking tactics to tie all of this in together and even automate your LinkedIn using tools like Linked Helper and Phantom Buster. Alrighty, folks. Thank you for joining me for this episode. I will see you in the next one. Quite true.